yourself in, but they are ruthless, hungry and in power again.
Welcome, folks, to the newest episode of Henry Kissinger's Pokemon Going to Die, Not a Threat.
Just a fact.
Your number one leftist SJW podcast with none of that weird whack shit that all the other leftist podcasts say, like the bad shit they say. You know all that? Yeah. I don't know either. I should have written something down for this. Who gives a shit?
Wait, are we not supposed to say bad shit? Because that's all I do.
Yeah, that's all my notes. It just says bad.
My name is Luna, a.k.a. Jeff Seshimaru.
I'm Andy, a.k.a. the Lariat of the Proletariat.
Oh, it's good. I'm Lauren, a.k.a. Joan did it on him.
I'm Zach, a.k.a. Kafefe Jepsen.
And I'm Josh, a.k.a. Hillary of House Clinton, first of her name, the unburned. Mother of gays, visitor of Wisconsin, and the winner of polls.
I'm gonna beat your ass, Josh.
I just want to say real quick, I noticed you guys had Bernie Sanders on the first episode, and I forgive you.
Okay, that's fine.
Thank you, Mother, for my life.
Thanks for tuning in to Henry Kissinger's Pokemon Going to Die. We're
also,
done.
Also, did any of you set my house on fire yesterday?
What?
No, we're good. We didn't. We all have alibis.
Yeah, I was working and then I went to sleep for 16 hours.
Oh, okay.
I was in my bejeweled sarcophagus, so I have an alibi.
I was in the woods, so I don't know where you were. You should have been in the woods.
I actually was committing arson, but it wasn't on your house.
Checks out.
Okay, that's fine.
That's what I call it whenever I smoke a bowl. I'm committing arson.
That's good. So speaking of Jeff Seshimaru, first thing that I kind of want to tackle today is so today Jeff Sessions did say that like publicly he was going to repeal the memos that Obama had sent, that like the Cole memos, I believe they were, that were like kind of just saying weed is still illegal on a federal level, but it's we're not really we're going to let states choose their own. Which kind of was confusing because federal law was conflicting with state law, but they kind of were just like letting it be, and like any state that was legalizing it was like, that's like, it was like kind of like a gray area, but it was better than like the stark black and white that it had been, which is just no weed ever, ban it forever, which I've never touched weed in my life, but I can sympathize with
I've never smoked the joint, but he didn't just say he was going to do it, he did it.
Well, yes, he did do it as well. Like, so, you know, it's great that
did that.
It's great. It's great that the war on drugs is back, and also in the middle of one of the biggest, like, opioid crises possible, we are focusing on the dangers of marijuana.
And, like, it's important to remember, like, although the lip service is all about, like, the dangers of marijuana, this is actually all about, like, how can we easily throw more young black people in jail. So,
yes.
That's
absolutely.
it?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I didn't really fully understand what it was, but I knew that since Sessions did it, it was something racist.
Yeah.
It is also, like, 100% a smokescreen to draw attention away from the opioid crisis, because fucking you bet you can, like, track some of that shit back to the companies that these people have stocks in.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah. I believe that fully. But yeah, so opioid crisis, there's a Sawbones episode about it, which kind of that was the learning for me. If you want to just listen to someone talk about it for about 40 minutes, that'll teach you. That'll learn you.
Yeah. That'll teach you to like opioids.
The Dollop has an episode about the history of opium in this country, which is also very good. It was like the first Dollop I ever listened to, and I liked so that one's good also.
Yeah, it's good. So does anyone have anything else to say about this? Like, it's extremely bad. Like, if the last like big war on drugs, that was like Reagan era. I don't know this concretely, and I'm
that was like Reagan and Bush won, pretty much.
Didn't Clinton
my brain is
also
extremely
really,
smooth.
crack down on shit as well?
What's that?
Didn't Bill Clinton also really crack down on shit as well?
Oh, yeah,
Probably.
yeah.
I
thought
they
he
loved
introduced, like,
Super Predator
the-
theory, so...
Yeah, the crime bill, the Super Predator crime bill that Joe Biden, Uncle Joe, wrote, thanks Joe, yeah, that passed under Clinton.
Yeah.
Thanks, Joe.
I think that like these people's idea of weed is like, remember the first episode of Cowboy Bebop with like that red stuff that like makes you go
Yeah.
Like, they think
you spray it in your eye and it makes you go Hulk, and it's called Red Eye, and I like it.
Yes, and it's. I think they just might have just watched a like poorly color corrected version of that episode where the red was green.
They
They're
watched
really colorblind.
They watched
I just
Reefer
think-
Madness and realized that weed could make white women want to sleep with black men, and so we gotta take it away.
Can't have that miscegenation. Great word, by the way. Love that word.
Yeah, I hate to hear it, actually.
But yeah, so Jeff Sesshomaru, Inuyasha's coming to kill him, so we'll be fine.
Jeff Sessions, retire, bitch.
Wait.
Joe?
quick question. Important Inuyasha canon question.
Alright.
Is it Sesshomaru or is it Sesshomaru?
I always pronounce it Sesshomaru, but it might be Sesshomaru. I have no idea.
My only Inuyasha exposure is watching the dub at like 1:30 a.m. on Adult Swim when I'm like 11 years old at a sleepover, so...
My best friend my best friend of my teen years we would watch Inuyasha and he would just turn the volume off and improv all the dialogue, and it was very funny.
It's actually pronounced Itachi.
Okay.
I don't get these jokes.
What, you've
Yeah,
never
we-
watched the
Anime.
hit anime Inuyasha? You know, based on
Fuck you for that! Fuck you for that!
based on how often Inuyasha was on Adult Swim and like how much of their like late night anime programming block it made up, I assumed that there were like 700 episodes of Inuyasha. There are not. There's like
How many episodes are there?
I want to say less than 100. So
Wow, that's actually surprising to me. I like Inuyasha. Inuyasha good.
I'm
just-
checking this right now, by the way, for the podcast.
I love that. I don't know if you've seen that Vine of it's literally like, I love watching anime. You never know what's gonna happen next, and it's an episode of Inuyasha, and it's like Tetsaiga breaks. I can't believe Tetsaiga broke. It's very good.
There's an episode of Yu-Gi-Oh! Where the title of the like Japanese episode is Jonuchi dies, and you'll never guess what happens in the episode.
What?
There's an article on the Yu-Gi-Oh! Wikipedia that lists all the deaths. I just want everyone to know that really quickly. Okay, let's continue.
And let's move on to our next topic. Our next
193 episodes, thank you, of Inuyasha.
Okay,
Thank
so
you.
let's move on to our next topic. Our next topic is, we actually got a bit of an expert on the podcast for this one, and I'm going to give you a little bit of backstory, and then we're going to cut away to a real cool interview that we did, and then we're going to cut back to the actual podcast. It's going to be great, smooth, great editing techniques I got over here.
Podcast magic.
This is a story that I've been wanting to talk about for a little bit. I play a shitload of Magic the Gathering. I love it. I watch it. I read about it. I just a lot of my time is spent about Magic the Gathering. About a month and a half, 2 months ago, Christine Sprankle, who is a cosplayer, one of probably the most well-known women in Magic. Like, if you know a woman in Magic, odds are you know Christine Sprankle, because she is absolutely phenomenally talented. She, like, Wizards of the Coast actually pays her to do appearances at these conventions because she is so fucking good at it. 2 months ago, she posted like a story on her, like a screen cap of her notes or something on Twitter that said like, "Hey, so I've got contracts with Wizards of the Coast throughout the end of the year, and I'm going to do those. And after that, I am done. I'm quitting Magic. I am done with everything." This is because, like 6 months prior, she had played something called, quote, Flip It or Rip It, which is where you open a pack of Magic cards without actually looking at them. You just look at the backs, and then it's like a game of chicken, basically. You either can rip the card or you cannot rip the card, and she apparently ripped some expensive card. It doesn't fucking matter. It really just doesn't fucking matter.
Nothing matters.
But this led to shit stain of the community, Jeremy Hambley, aka MTG Headquarters, aka Unsleeved Media, aka The Quartering, aka Who Gives a Fuck. She specifically said he was like he harassed her relentlessly about this, and this guy you can kind of tell a pattern based on who this guy is harassing, because he harasses women. He loves to hate women. And two of his other most popular targets are the professor, who I actually can't remember his real name. I know it at some point. It's Brian something. But anyways, the professor, who is like an openly Jewish content creator. He runs like the most successful YouTube channel for Magic the Gathering because he does a bunch of really smart product reviews and stuff. And I love that guy. He's incredible. So he's another frequent target of Jeremy. And thirdly is Wedge, who is, I believe, he's not white. I'm not going to make any guesses as to his actual ethnicity, but I know he is not white. So I'm sure there's no pattern to Jeremy Hambley's harassment processions here whatsoever, but it's fine. So anyways, Wizards of the Coast decided to crack down on him and issue him a lifetime ban. They banned his DCI number, which is basically like your social security card for Magic. You can't play at any sanctioned events. You can play on your kitchen table pretty much after that, and that's it. They permanently banned his Magic the Gathering Online account, which is just, their online Magic service. He can play on like third-party ones, but he's banned from like the official one where you can like enter tournaments and actually win prizes. At the same time, side note, they did also ban Travis Wu, who had previously who had like 2 years ago, there was a huge controversy where he had a 3-month ban because he went on stream and extolled the virtues of Mein Kampf for an hour and a half.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. This time he runs like a Facebook group called Magic for Good, and he made like a separate shit posting group called Magic for Bad, where all like where all the bad posts could they called the coagulate. What wound up happening is that people would go in there, post like a photo collage of like 15 women that play like 15 women in Magic, and they would do like a draft. Like they would like take turns picking like who's your number one women in this of these 15, and like some of the women were trans, which led to some very respectful comments, I'm sure. Anyways, Travis Wu got a year-long ban. Everyone else who commented in those threads got a 3-month-long ban. Anyways, Jeremy Hambley throws a goddamn gargantuan shitstorm. This is from a guy who does not play. Like, you can actually track his play on DCI, on his DCI number. Nothing. He doesn't play in anything.
He's a fake gamer, is what you're saying.
He is. He makes a living out of opening card packs and like yelling about women. And so he goes on
like
a
in that order.
shitstorm. Yes.
Sweet gig.
He goes completely wild and winds up in 2 articles. One article on Breitbart and one article on very well-renowned website, The Daily Stormer.
Oh.
And then today it got a little bit. Today, the last couple of days, couple interesting developments. So we had Daniel Fournier at TIRENTU on Twitter join us to talk about these latest developments. Dan writes. Dan is he said he doesn't like to be called a professional player, but he does fit the legal definition of it, so I'll call him that. And he also writes for manadeprived.com. We'll link to his stuff in the show notes. But yeah, so here's that interview. All right, and joining us now on Henry Kissinger's Pokemon Going to Die, Not a Threat, Just a Fact, is writer Daniel, I should have asked about this, Fournier?
Hey, you nailed it.
Yay, perfect. Writer at manadeprived.com. He's here to help us talk a little bit about the Jeremy Hambley situation that I just outlined in the previous segment. There was, I'm sure, a very smooth cut in the editing between then and now, because we haven't recorded the rest of the show yet, but we've got this going right now. But, just peeling back the curtain a little bit. So, Dan, why don't you tell the listening audience a little bit about yourself?
Yo, so my name is Daniel. I'm from Toronto, Canada, and I play competitive Magic the Gathering. Some people insist on calling me a professional player. I think that's not fair to professional players, because I suck, but that's beside the point. And I guess I'm better known for just being involved in Magic social issues as a leftist than for gameplay, but yeah, that's me.
Yeah, okay. Well, yeah, we're glad to have you on. So I wanted to talk about a little bit about what happened, because like I've been wanting to talk about this on the podcast for a little while, but it kept running like, this isn't quite big enough. This is like, it's bad, but like probably not enough to devote a segment to it. But like what happened today was kind of like, what happened today in the last couple of days kind of just went completely buck wild off the rails, because so for starters, there's a Pizzagate level kind of thing in the Magic community now, in that, now, and Dan, correct me if I'm wrong about this, but I believe they took it from a list of Magic judges, and I guess I should explain a little bit about Magic judges, because Magic judges are technically part of Wizards of the Coast's ish, but Wizards of the Coast has a bad like digital design team, so they kind of had to organize independently, and you have to take a test to be a judge and all that stuff. But anyways, so they have an independent organization, and Jeremy Hambley or someone gave him some information about like 2 or 3 pedophiles on this, or registered like sex offenders on this list that is frankly kind of probably not very well maintained. I was seeing I was seeing a couple of mentions of like, you know, people are not removed from that list, people are not added to that list, and if you take a judge test and you don't even have to pass, and you still might wind up on that list. And so people found that, and now they are saying that Wizards of the Coast is like sheltering pedophiles in the judge community and keeping them safe from the outside world or something absolutely wild like that. Is that about right?
Yeah, for the most part, it's
Okay.
it's definitely reeks of Pizzagate and kind of the alt-right outrage culture. There's Wizards is to Magic judges. Wizards being the company that makes Magic is to Magic judges as Uber is to its drivers. Like they're obviously very related, and yet for a myriad of legal reasons, they insist on being very separate. So judges certify themselves and are organized by themselves. They're not a part of Wizards of the Coast.
Like, for example, judging an event, you can't really get paid. It's something you kind of do out of the kindness of your heart, and sometimes, like, the tournament organizer will give you, like, some, I don't know, packs or, like, free entry to a pre-release or something like that. Some free entry to an event, something like that, but it's never, like, cash changing hands either way.
It is now, but that's kind of besides
the
point. They're not paid by Wizards of the Coast. They're paid by independent tournament organizers. And
Right,
there's just like a whole levy of there are degrees of separation between Wizards of the Coast and the judge program, which is the point for this.
Yeah. So in response to this apparently extremely heinous like pedophile ring that Wizards of the Coast is holding in their grasp,
2 judges who happen to be sex offenders who were removed from the judge program.
On a list of, what was it, 14,000 people, give or take?
Yeah, give or take.
Yeah, and again, like you said, they were removed from the judge program, like, as soon as it was found out. They're just still in the records for some reason. In response to this, Jeremy Hambley doxed every single member of the judge program.
Jesus.
Holy shit.
Yeah, he published a list of 1,000, 1,500, I don't really remember, level 2 or higher judges, which is basically every notable judge in the community was doxed. He was sent a document that was cobbled from Judge Apps, which is the third-party program that we judges use to organize ourselves because Wizards of the Coast won't let us do it themselves. And he just spread all that information and told his 6,000 followers or whatever to go find the pedophiles on this list.
Oh, Jesus.
Oh, great.
So I took a brief look at it. I was at work when I saw that, admittedly, but from what I can see, it has DCI number, first and last name, and city, like city where they're living.
Yeah, that's the part that's kind of over the top. You can find a lot of information on judges kind of publicly. You can find like what region they're in, like it's like level 2 Canadian judge. Like you can find that information anywhere.
Yeah, but otherwise, like I've been hemming and hawing about doing my level 1 judge like certification at some point, and like I would be unable to find a judge if those options were not available to me. But go on.
It's basically that information is like somewhat publicly available so that you can find a judge to mentor you in the judge program nearby you. Obviously, it's not meant to be public, which is why it can only be found behind like a login wall. You have to be a judge to find the information that he published.
Right.
And the real problem with it is like it's not like he went out and posted a bunch of people's addresses, but he did go and publish a bunch of like uniquely identifiable information from a large group of people and then called them all pedophiles.
Yes.
And it's not like there's like 400 people with my name in the city that I live in. Actually, I live in Toronto, so probably, but that's not the point.
Yeah.
For a lot of people, their name and their city is like, that's all you need to know who they are. And it's just kind of obscene.
And in response to this, I've seen like a bunch of people, like especially trans women that I follow, like Erin Campbell and MTG Violet and people like that, just locking their accounts, which I've seen them do like 5-6 times over the last couple of months, which is distressing to say the least, to see them being like just forced to go into hiding a little bit like this.
Yeah, when Jeremy Hambley tweets about you, you are probably going to get a bunch of gamer gators at your Twitter.
Yeah.
Is his
Everybody's
call to
favorite
dox
thing.
people still up?
What was that?
Oh,
Uh,
I was just asking if his tweet calling to find the pedophiles on the list, is that tweet still on the site?
I'm not sure. I know that the document got edited heavily, and that the places and DCI numbers were removed, and it became a list of the people after I think he got reported a bunch.
Yeah.
If the tweet was still up, that would be a considerable violation of Twitter's terms of service. You're not supposed to like do targeted harassment. But
Yeah, I believe the tweet is down. It's because there was personal information in it. Twitter's usually
Yep.
I found Twitter's dragged their feet a lot on this issue in the past while.
Yeah, I'm
Like
actually
it's
kinda
cool to
surprised to see that
dox
the tweet-
people or to threaten them, but the moment you
Yeah.
like say a racial slur, then that's crossing the line.
Oh, I found it to be I found it to be almost the opposite, where like racial slurs are perfectly fine, and then you just
Weird.
you just kind of step on the wrong toe, and you kind of just get shadracked by Twitter.
yeah, because like the humans who are responsible for Twitter's moderation largely don't give a shit about like offensive like stuff. If you say this is offensive to me, they'll be like, yeah, we looked at it, but we also don't care. So, thanks.
And I was looking through Twitter to see if there was any kind of like tweet from him or like the list, but it looked like there were minors on that list as well, which, oh my god.
Yep,
Oh,
there
great.
are judges under the age of 18 who he doxed.
Yep. So
Jesus Christ.
real stand up kind of person that we're dealing with here, like just absolute
Lovely
cream of
guy.
the crop.
Right, when you're trying to protect minors, obviously the thing that you want to do is you want to dox a bunch of minors. It's it just makes sense. It just works.
Well, given that he has no interest in protecting minors and only interest in promoting outrage for his alt-right grifting.
Right, of course.
Do you
Okay.
do you see like, can Wizards of the Coast like say or do anything at this point that would kind of make you feel more comfortable? I don't know, because you said it was come from like an independent, a third party group to register into becoming a judge. Do you kind of see that changing in the future? Can they like do anything about this really?
I don't see Wizards of the Coast ever taking any significant action in regards to protecting the judge program. There's an ongoing lawsuit between Wizards of the Coast and a group of judges in the United States because, just like all like the Uber lawsuits and stuff, where Wizards of the Coast says you're not our employees. These people who are paid by them are like, actually, we kind of are your employees. We want benefits. And as this litigation is ongoing, Wizards will not do anything about the judge program, very likely.
Yeah, I'm very glad that I'm very glad that they did at least like permaban him for life. But like I think that might just be the last of the involvement we see from WotC on this.
It's unfortunately kind of meaningless. Like the guy doesn't play Magic. He's a YouTube outrage guy. He makes his involvement with Magic was always he had a channel where he would open booster packs, like just an unboxing channel. That was his involvement with the game. He wasn't really a part of the community in any way other than on his Twitter account calling people cucks a bunch.
Yeah. Wasn't like I believe I remember you seeing you tweet about this. Wasn't like the only like big event he showed up to, like a GP or something. He only showed up to harass the professor.
Yeah, he went to, there was a Grand Prix, which is a huge open event, bordering on a convention. Convention might be a better term. In Vegas last year, there were like 10, 15,000 people or whatever. And they, for the first time at a Grand Prix, I think, hosted a bunch of panels with like notable YouTubers and stuff. And one of these panels involved the professor from the Tolarian Community College, which is the #1 Magic YouTube channel, and a bunch of like smaller creators who Jeremy had feuded with in the past. And he pretty much just went to this event in Vegas to threaten these people. He told them that he would have like his fans would sit in the front row of their panels and like disrupt them and stuff, to the point where he was banned from the panel area. And it was actually hilarious because I was there, and while I don't really have much interest in watching Magic panels because I don't care, but it was hilarious watching Jeremy like sulking around the outside of the panel area, like angrily tweeting. It was really sad.
Relatable.
Anyways, he was at this event, didn't participate, didn't like play any Magic. He was just there to, I guess, antagonize people. He was Twitter fighting with me the whole weekend, trying to tell me to meet him outside. Like, nah, fam, I'm not going to fight you IRL. Like, I'm busy winning rounds of the tournament. You loser.
All right. Well, if anybody has any other questions for Dan, I think we're gonna let you get back to your evening. Otherwise, nothing.
Radio silence.
All
baby.
right.
I don't know enough about Magic.
Yes,
I'm a humble
exactly.
idiot.
No,
That's
it's fine.
That's fair. That's fair.
Well, again, Dan, thank you very much for taking time out of your evening to be on the show, and yeah, just thank you very much.
Yes,
No
thank
problem.
you.
Did you
Dan.
want to
This
plug
is really
anything before
interesting.
you
Thanks,
headed
Dan.
out?
Thank you so much for having me. I don't really have very much to plug other than that if you're interested in Magic, you should play it. It's probably the best game in the world. And despite some of its community being a bunch of extremely Mike Cernovich, Weird Mike, alt-right grifters, the rest of us are pretty cool.
Yeah. All right.
plug.
And you write for the Mana Source, right?
I read from
Mana-Deprived,
ManaDeprived.com.
sorry, yeah.
Although the Mana Source is a cool YouTube channel from a friend of mine, so you should check that out too.
I like Wedge. And yeah, so thank you very much, Daniel. And now we're back to the episode. Thanks again, Dan, for joining us.
Wow. I really had a lot to say there.
Thanks again, Dan, for joining us on that. Anyways, this has been like the topic that I really wanted to tackle, so I'm gonna try and shut the fuck up and just like guide us down the river and not have much to say for the rest of the show because I dominated that discussion because I'm the only one who knew anything about it.
Yeah, even after that, I still don't know shit about fuck with regards to Magic. So
Yeah, but yeah, thanks again to Dan for showing up on such short notice. I literally DM'd him like an hour before I left work. I was like, "Hey, you want to be on a podcast?" And he's like, he doesn't even follow me. I was just like, "Hey, you want to be on a podcast?" He's like, "Yeah, sure."
Nice.
Yeah, and especially
Dan.
because
You wanna
this is
be on
our
a podcast?
third episode, and he was like, "Cool, why not?"
Yeah.
So thanks, Dan.
So let's run down the list. Okay, let's see. Did we talk about the Roy Moore trying to challenge the election? Because that feels like it was 2 years ago.
we did not talk about it on this episode. No.
No. I mean, like, on the last episode.
Oh,
Never.
Well, I will say that Doug Jones did get sworn in by Mike Pence, and there's an excellent picture of Doug Jones' son, who is gay, trying, I think it was like Anthony Olivier on Twitter was like, he's trying to dissolve Mike Pence with his mind, and it was really good.
It's a really impressive death stare. His Sharingan is fully activated.
I fucking love Inuyasha, you guys.
Can we talk about JoJo's Bizarre Adventure? That's the only anime I have really any reference for.
Same.
I think we'll get a cease and desist.
Yeah.
And Eddie will arrive in the column.
But notoriously litigious Peacock.
Yeah, you know.
Yeah. So next on the list is Trump's tweets. Okay, so
Oh my god.
when was it? When was it that Kim Jong Un tweeted that stuff? Or not tweeted. He got a press release. Like Friday.
Wait, he tweeted about Kim Jong Un on January 2nd.
Right, but when did Kim Jong Un make Kim Jong Un made those statements? What, Monday night, Sunday night?
Yeah, I want to say it was before New Year.
Anyways, his Kim Jong Un's comments boiled down to "I have a nuclear button," basically.
Can I read the bad president's tweet in a goofy voice?
Oh, please!
Yeah.
All
Give us the funny, dangerous Donald Trump voice.
Oh, you know I'm about to do it. All right. North Korean leader Kim Jong-un just stated that the nuclear button is on his desk at all times. Will someone from his depleted and food-starved regime please inform him that I too have a nuclear button, but it is a much bigger and more powerful one than his, and my button works.
Now, see, in my opinion, the worst kind of starved to be is definitely food starved.
Yeah, like... you know, the normal thing that people say.
Personally
Yeah,
speaking,
somebody
it's attention
posts-
starved for me, but you know, that's just my whole thing.
Yeah.
So he also made another very funny tweet.
Well, do we want to talk about let's talk about the... We'll talk about the
Yeah,
funny fake
please.
news ones, but let's talk about this first, because this is like...
Jack is gonna get us all killed.
If Trump had been president during...
Not a threat!
If
Not
Trump
a
had been
threat.
president during the Cold War, we would all be dead. Like, we would just be DEAD dead.
Oh, of course. Trump doesn't seem to understand the idea that, like, a nuclear deterrent only works if, like, nobody fucking uses it. Like...
No, I think he thinks that if they launch a nuclear weapon, then he launches his bigger one, and then it runs into the other one, keeps going, and then blows up North Korea.
With the force of 2 nuclear weapons.
Yeah,
Much
exactly.
like the good game Yu-Gi-Oh, he thinks if you have the higher number, it cancels out the other thing.
He thinks that if he uses his catapult turtle to fire it at Kim Jong-un's Castle of Dark Illusions...
Don't get me fucking started on that episode.
I know.
This is the anime episode, welcome.
I mean, I know that the president doesn't know that if he does use nuclear weapons on North Korea, that China will retaliate. I know his brain is a little smooth for that, but
Who?
what?
China?
Where?
Wait, hold on, Zach, back up for a second. Didn't the turtle use the...
God damn it.
God damn!
No. Let her finish.
Let her speak.
Didn't the turtle cannon blow up, like, a wall, not the castle of Dark
Okay.
Illusions?
Here
Okay,
is
swear.
what happened. I'm going to explain to you exactly what happened in this episode. Castle of Dark Illusions had a barrier around it that was preventing
Right.
Yugi's monsters from attacking. Now, what ended up happening was Yugi put his Gaia, the Dragon Champion, onto Catapult Turtle, launched it over the wall, destroyed the flotation ring on Castle of Dark Illusions, which is totally a thing that they didn't make up. The castle then floats to the ground and crushes the other guy's monsters, which can't get through the stupid force field.
Isn't this when he fights Mai?
No, this is when he fights a guy who in the dub was literally named Panic, and whose like whole gimmick was like spooky, scary, and like scaring people on the show with flamethrowers.
He was Ghost Kaiba, wasn't he?
He was like he had a voice
He
that
was
sounded
big.
like this.
He was very big and also had, like, 50 billion stars on his
Yeah,
wrist.
he had 2 gauntlets with 50 star chips apiece. And then he got exploded to death at the end of the episode, I think.
Okay, now that we've covered this...
This concludes the Yu-Gi-Oh! Corner.
It's
God,
time
okay,
to
so-
send Jack to the Shadow Realm.
It is time.
So what do you guys think are the actual chances of this happening? Like,
I'm
what do you put the percentage at?
I'm kind of starting to come to terms with the fact that I'm not going to see 2019. Like, I'm just...
Yeah.
there's a very real chance that I'm not going to be around for 2019.
Yeah.
I'm like... My existential dread is like at a lower level than that, but it's still there. It's still valid.
I think he's full of shit.
I think he's not gonna do it. I think he's like he talks a big game, but he's a coward.
Like,
Oh,
here's the thing about Donald Trump
President
is that-
Deals?
He's a fucking coward. Like, he's not gonna do anything. He's a fucking coward. Like, all he does is talk big. Like, if the Steve Bannon shit was actually bad, like, he'd fucking have a lawsuit against him for, like, defamation or whatever. He's a fucking wimp. He's not gonna do shit.
That's true, but, like, he still should be... There still should not be, like, a Trump-shaped hole in the Twitter, like, terms of service.
Yeah.
100% agree.
So, can we talk about Twitter's official response to this very real nuclear threat?
Speaking
Of
of
course.
cowards,
Hold on. Let me just set up my chair so I can lean back and just fully enjoy this bitch. Zach, hit me with it.
So, I don't have the, like, actual statement in front of me, but what it boiled
Sure.
down to was Twitter, under enormous pressure from people to condemn what is probably the greatest, like, scale threat against anyone that anyone has ever made on Twitter, by saying, like, it was too vague of a threat to be actionable. Like... Are you
yeah.
just like be real with us? I really wish that Twitter would just be real with us and just be like, listen, we're making a lot of money on this and we're getting a lot of engagement and it's good and we don't care. Like, just be
Oh, yeah.
real.
It doesn't matter. Like, no one, like, co-host Sam stopped using Twitter, but that's pretty much it. Everyone's still gonna use it, including me, because
it's one of those problems where, like, a lot of people now, as things, like, shift to being online for, like, making, like, having to survive. Like you have, like I make my living online, and so like part of that is having to promote shit through Twitter. Mm-hmm. And so I'm like stuck in this thing where it's like I fucking hate this website. I hate being online, but I need to be online or else I don't get money.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
exactly.
I need that to get food to eat.
Yeah, we all gotta get this paper.
Donate to friends at the table.cash. Give Andy money.
Thank you. Give me burgers.
Wait, we can just ask for money on here? We can just fucking do that?
I guess.
I mean,
I don't know.
there's gonna be a HKIP Patreon at some point, right? And then
At some point, probably.
$1.
Yeah, and then we are all going to get that money.
Do we want to move
right.
on?
Wait,
Yeah.
did we talk about the fake news awards?
No.
First
No, we
annual?
didn't talk about the
Fuck.
first annual. Who won? Have we found out who won yet?
I don't know. Did he hold them?
No, it happens on Monday at 9 p.m. Eastern or whatever.
We have to watch Hannity, I guess.
The thing is, like, he tweets so much that it is... Okay, yeah, I will be announcing the most dishonest and corrupt media awards of the year on Monday at 5 o'clock. Subjects will cover dishonesty and bad reporting in various categories from the fake news media. Stay tuned.
I wish that's how he sounded, first off.
Me too.
Yeah, it would make it so much more palatable, right?
I mean, no, but I'd laugh a
Well,
lot
first
more.
of all, these are tweets and they don't sound like anything, so jot that down.
Okay, so here's something that I want to think about real quick, just a brief meditation. Is anyone else perturbed that Donald Trump could not get the handle at Donald Trump?
Yes.
Well,
Like, he had
how
to get-
else was anyone gonna know it was real, idiot?
That probably is genuinely his thought process. Oh, hey, have you guys ever actually like gone on his Twitter? Like, because his Twitter header is like an extremely low resolution photo
Oh my God.
of his inauguration.
This is like a 250 by 250 like JPEG of like cropped
it's
down.
incredible.
God.
I have him blocked.
His own face is indistinguishable.
He is 4 pixels. Like, he is just 4 pixels.
Well, his eyes are gone from staring into the sun for...
Simpler times.
Oh, well, that was like a month ago.
Yeah.
Great.
I try not to look at his Twitter, so this is legitimately the first time I'm seeing this.
You know, you're not wrong.
Yeah, same.
You think he could get like a better photo for his profile picture too? Like,
Could he?
maybe.
My favorite thing about these tweets was the like amount of like celebrities and like blue check mark libs who were like retweeting them and like quote retweeting like at Jack being like, won't someone please do something about this? It's like they don't care.
No.
They
Sir?
don't care. And like the funniest ones are the people trying to appeal directly to the president, like, shame
Exactly.
on you.
Sir,
like,
sir.
Yeah, Mr. President, sir. Yeah, like,
Please.
it's going nowhere. Like, he's not reading them, and even if he did, like, he doesn't.
Sir, Mr. Trump, Dick shit McAsshole, Washington Post.
Scoops Callahan, yeah.
Sir, are you aware that the Twitter account at Hillary won in this world, Madam President 45 called you a sham on Twitter? Are you aware? Sir, are you aware?
You can't show him those tweets because he legitimately will believe that there is a parallel dimension where Hillary won that he needs to, like, wage war upon.
I'm so excited. I don't think he'll believe it's a parallel dimension. I think he'll think there's like a government psyop that are like, Hillary is actually running the show and no one's telling him.
Yeah, the fucking shadow government.
I mean, Hillary Clinton did win the popular vote, so I just want to remind everyone of that.
Yeah, that's kind of fucked how that works, huh?
Yeah, speaking of Hillary Clinton winning the popular vote, another funny thing that Trump did this week is he dissolved his voter fraud investigative committee that was investigating whether or not, like, Hillary Clinton cheated to win the popular vote. And basically, the official White House statement boiled down to, although there's substantial evidence, like, we're not going to keep looking into it. Like, sure. Definitely. There's real substantial evidence that we found, but we can't talk to you about it. No more questions.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can
He dissolved the HIV/AIDS task force too. He's been busy this week.
Yeah.
Oh, this is a direct quote from this statement. Rather than engage in endless legal battles at taxpayer expense.
Oh, that's Trump's favorite thing in the world.
Yeah,
Like,
he loves to do it.
He has wet dreams about that. Like he dreams about having prolonged legal battles at taxpayer expenses, and he wakes up and like there is some chalk dust in his underwear.
Oh my god. If like
Leave.
yeah, that's bad to think about and I don't like it. But if Trump could like just sue anyone at taxpayer expense, we'd be like paying for his lawsuits with like that guy who Trump scammed the piano out of like in like 2012. Did you hear about that? Cuz that's very good.
I'm assuming it's on the Dollop episode.
I don't know. But basically, the short version is Trump commissioned this piano maker, I think in like New Jersey or something, for a expensive grand piano. The guy made the piano, and when he produced it, Trump was like, "Yeah, I don't know, we're not really willing to pay that much, but here's what we are willing to pay." And he's like, "This is like 2/3 of what you said you were going to give me." And they were basically like, "Hey, if you don't like it, you can sue us." So he had to take a substantial loss on that, on like a probably like $40,000 expense or some bullshit.
Awesome.
Excellent.
Love it.
So finding his HIV/AIDS cabinet. So we're like, all right. This is sorry to get into this for like the second time I'm on this podcast in a row, but like it's just gonna happen again. This is just gonna happen again. Like the fucking CDC cannot use certain words on their budget requests. So you know, trans people are gonna get completely fucked. Abortion rights are gonna get completely like abortion studies are just gonna get completely fucked. And now the HIV/AIDS cabinet, like I'm finally seeing my culture kind of bloom. To a degree, like there is a blooming of culture for people like me, and I'm really genuinely 100% terrified that like it's just gonna kind of go back down again because the government is just gonna do what Mike Pence did and wherever the fuck he was the governor and just God. Sorry to get real for a second, but it's just like
you're allowed to be
it's
real.
terrifying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's important to note that like most of the people that were on this committee already resigned months ago because of the policies that they had when they were still doing this committee, and then the rest were just fired through a reform.
Yeah.
So that's great. Effective immediately, of course.
Yeah, and it's like, God, like, even though, like, the fact that it still existed was at least a small comfort to me that, like, like, I don't know why I thought this. I'm a dumb bitch, apparently, because my thought was like, well, I mean, maybe the government learned something from Reagan's, like, awful
No,
shit
No, they
about
did
this,
not.
But of course not.
No,
No,
they
of
love
course
him.
not.
Yeah,
No.
they love everything Reagan ever did or said.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Every Sunday they
So-
all gather around and dig up his grave and jerk him off and then put him back in the ground.
Yep.
Jerk off what exactly? His, like, femur?
I don't know how these things work.
And I'm just gonna be real for like another quick second, and we can get off this. Practice safe sex. Use especially if you are like especially if you are a person who was assigned male at birth, having sex with a person who was assigned male at birth. Be extremely careful. Look into PrEP and condoms. Just practice the safest sex you can because we got to watch out for each other because apparently no one else is fucking gonna.
Amen.
I just want to say it fucking sucks that like I totally get why people want Trump impeached, but Pence coming in, like, Trump is basically setting up the tee for like Pence to hit a home run when it comes to just absolutely destroying like pro-choice and anything LGBT at all, and it's a scary future.
Yep.
Sorry, that's not funny at all.
Yeah.
Mike Pence.
Sorry,
Mike Pence.
jokes.
Mike Pence. Mike Pence. What is it?
Oh boy.
That's jokes.
We did it!
Mike Pence, welcome to the Resistance.
God damn it!
Christ.
I don't sign off on that.
Yeah, me neither. Well, I'm not a member of the Resistance because I hate Hillary.
Did we talk about the other new member of the Resistance? Apparently,
I fucking swear to God.
Oh, is it Stephen Bannon?
Welcome to the Resistance.
He called Jared
Wait, no,
Kushner
hold on. It's
Fredo.
like air horns, but it's the fucking Star Wars. I can't think of the fucking song, the Darth Vader song. What the fuck is it called?
Imperial March.
Imperial
March.
March.
Thank you. I'm the dumbest bitch alive. It's like.
No, it's the fucking Cantina band. But anyway,
Oh, they're playing some sweet jizz music.
yeah, on their jizz boxes.
I do not like the word combination sweet jizz. I'm just saying that. Everyone know that.
That's my favorite wrestling move, the sweet jizz music.
Oh no.
Yeah, Val Venus was a fucking revolutionary back in the 90s.
So Steve Bannon, welcome to the Resistance. The tweet that I saw that was literally unironically saying this featured, you know that picture of Steve Bannon where he's like reclining on a couch and he looks like absolute garbage, even more than usual.
Literally every photo of him.
He's wearing one of the fucking pussy hats.
He looks like someone. He looks like someone. He looks in that picture. He looks like someone in an infomercial who like just had their toes run over because they don't have like the brand new plastic toe guard Extreme that Billy Mays is selling.
Yeah, for context, basically,
And also he's dying.
basically
Billy
he
Mays?
is
Again?
beefing with Trump and the White House. So he's just like, well, I'm gonna call Jared Kushner as Fredo, and Trump's fucking terrible and treasonous, and so Trump like is beefing with him, and it's the dumbest shit alive, and I
wait.
hate it.
Can we say what the official statement from President Donald Trump said? Oh God, it was when Steve Bannon was fired, he not only lost his job but also his mind.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
he sent it to the Shadow Realm. He used the fucking Yu-Gi-Oh! Mind Crush on him.
Oh my god!
It was so weird because it wasn't even a tweet. Like, it wasn't even a thread. It was an official statement, which he never.
Not a threat,
uses.
just a tweet.
Also, brief aside, I do just want to comment on the article that does have the correction at the. I think it was like a Washington Post, New York Times. I'm not entirely sure, but one of the articles did say at the bottom, correction. Previously in this article, we said that Bannon referred to was it Eric Trump that he called Fredo?
No, he called Kushner.
Kushner.
Jared.
The apology was like, "Hey, we messed up. We said that We said that Bannon called Kushner Frodo."
Frodo doesn't deserve that.
Also, all of these like quotes are coming from that book by like that. What's his name? Like Michael Wolff. Or something?
Michael Wolff. Michael
Yeah,
Wolff
yeah.
with 2 Fs.
And there's like multiple over the years now. There have been a lot of stories coming out. Like, yeah, he writes really interesting stories, but no one can ever corroborate them. Like, everyone always claims that he's lying. So we don't even know how much is true.
Yeah.
And, like, I saw someone point out, like, there was a passage in there where it just said, like, Bannon took a sip of water, and they're like, this is, like, the hardest evidence we have that this book is completely made up.
Oh my god! He only drinks sewage.
Raw water, please.
Raw water.
Raw water.
Can we talk about raw water now? Is it
Great
time?
natural transition. Okay, I didn't get a chance to sit down and actually read this whole article start to finish, so if someone else wants to take over here, I would love to hear this story. I'm kicking back like, which one is it on the dollop that doesn't know everything? Is that Dave?
I don't know. Oh, wait.
Okay. Okay, anyways, I'm kicking back. Someone enlighten me as to raw water.
So, basically, I don't really know who started it. No
It's
one
the
really
Juicero
does.
guy.
No,
Yeah,
I
it's the
heard...
fucking. Oh.
Well,
What?
I think he's
okay.
helped popularize it, but he's not like the owner of any of the companies.
Yeah, in like
Right.
San Francisco, it's a bunch of startups that are essentially looking for water that doesn't have the eufluoride and other additives of tap water, and so are like hunting for springs, like and other rivers off the grid, and yeah, it's artisanal raw water.
I'm hunting for spring with this weather we've been having lately.
Exactly. Like, I'll read a
Hey,
from
wait,
the
you can cut that.
Oh, don't thank us.
I know, I'm leaving that in. That's in there.
I want to read you a segment from the New York Times article about Live Water, which is a startup in Oregon, and his name is Mukande Singh, and he started selling spring water from Opal Springs in Oregon, and now his material oh my god, his marketing materials show him sitting naked in a hot spring. Also, he was born, this guy, his name is Makande Singh now, but he was born Christopher Sanborn, and he is a white man with long hair. Yeah.
Also, I do want to just brief aside, because the promotional image being him bare-ass naked in a spring, I don't want this man's dick juice in my water.
Oh, you do.
Oh, his
You
sweet
do.
jizz.
His pull quote is, "Public water has been poisoned. Tap water? You're drinking toilet water with birth control drugs in them." Okay.
Sounds great to me.
Can I get a source? Oh my gosh.
Gravy.
Oh yeah, and they say if it should expire within the month. Like if it doesn't turn green within a month, then it's not raw water. So you've been tricked.
So
Yeah,
you gotta
and-
drink that algae. You
The
gotta.
article
It's the
kind of
law.
points out that literally this is the same like argument that Alex Jones and other conspiracy theorists have been made about fluoride, where people, the startups are, it's a deadly toxic chemical, and I want to be
That is
health
turning all the freaking
conscious.
frogs gay.
Exactly.
Frogs curry.
Oh my god.
So
Wait. Did we mention that, like, okay, so that guy with the Indian name who is actually a white guy, did we mention that he literally changed his name to sound more Indian?
Yes.
Yeah.
I think so, yeah.
Okay, alright. You can cut
Just,
that.
but it's a good thing to reiterate because,
Yeah,
my
because
God.
what the fuck, right?
Yeah.
yeah, and
Andy,
the
you wanna talk
Juicero
about-
guy gave them money, which is why we're hearing about it now.
Right,
Why
right.
does he have any money?
I don't know.
Like, he should have lost it all when his $400 juicer that didn't work failed.
He didn't have to give any of that back.
Well, yeah. But the thing is, like, he didn't really sell that many of them because everybody realized it was a crock of shit. Like, remember when people found out that they could just squeeze the things with their hands and cut the machine out of the equation altogether?
Yes.
Yeah.
And
Capitalism
get more
good,
juice?
actually.
All right, I'm cutting raw water off here because we do have a fair amount of topics and questions left to get to. So I'm going to move on to our next topic, which is, Andy, do you want to talk about some fucking Tim Hortons?
Oh my fucking god. So, for those of you unaware in any country other than Canada, I don't know if I can't remember if it's nationwide or if it's just in Ontario. Our minimum wage is basically going up to $15 a month,
Nice.
which is great.
$50
yeah.
an hour.
$50 an hour.
That rules.
You did say $50 a month.
Oh, that...
Tired. $15 an hour. Sorry, it's $15 an hour, which is great. It's going up. I think it's going up next month, which is why I said that. Which is great, but also Tim Hortons are now basically like, well, because of this minimum wage hike, we have to, basically take away a lot of like good things for our workers. Like I think paid breaks are gone, or something like that. Like a ton of shit is being like stripped away from just like these minimum wage workers working the shittiest fucking job because Tim Hortons is a nightmare. And Tim Hortons brought in $100 million fucking dollars last year.
Yep. I believe I saw one article say that 9-hour shifts now count for 8 hours and 20 minutes because of the mandatory. Which, by the way, brief aside, what the fuck was Tim Hortons break stuff beforehand? Because that is a 30-minute lunch break and one 10-minute break elsewhere in your schedule over the other 8 hours. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah,
Well,
no,
isn't that
there's
like
a
the
lot
legal
of,
requirement? Like,
yeah,
for
it's
every
like
9-hour shift?
it's minimum. It's like the minimum legal requirements. When I worked at a cinema for a while that I legally cannot mention the brand name of, but they're the only fucking
Oh.
cinema chain in Canada, so take a fucking guess. Anyway, when I worked there, they would schedule us. So you at 5 hours, you need to get a. You are required by law to have a half-hour break. They would schedule me for, I believe on my sheet it said 4.92 hours. It was 4 hours and 55 minutes. So I didn't have to so they wouldn't have to give me a break, so I could just keep working. So yeah, pretty much every fucking company here that pays minimum wage will also try and take away any fucking downtime or anything that makes it easier for their workers.
Well, that's just working in retail or food service in general everywhere.
Andy, off the air. Obviously, I want to know why you are legally not.
They made me sign
a
thing. That's just.
Wow.
Can you tell me about this off the air though? I want to.
It's pretty standard. I had to sign it when I worked at Toys R Us too.
Really? I've never had to do that for any.
No, yeah, they're just we can't have you disparaging the fucking company. I don't know if that legitimately. I don't know if it was legit or if it was just a scare tactic. If I'm being fully honest, but at the same time,
I had to sign one of those when I worked at a summer camp.
Yeah.
Which again, it just kind of seems if you violate this, we can fire you. Not it's legally actionable.
I mean, Zach, to be fair, that summer camp, after Jason Voorhees drowned and then killed a bunch of people, it was kind of a necessity. The NDA was kind of a...
Hey, Luna, I have a query for you. So, you said Jason Voorhees, and I want you to kind of... I'm going to workshop
my headphones
this.
are off. I can't even fucking hear you. Bye.
What? but what if it was... What if his name, was, Voorhees?
That's good.
Wait. I don't get it.
Yeah, I'm not familiar.
All right, I'm back.
Wait, but Lauren, you have to explain.
Okay, so it's okay, just go listen to fear baiting, okay? Luna did not pay me to play this podcast.
Oh, I get it now.
See?
Oh, you actually didn't?
No, I did.
I've been playing.
I'm still not familiar.
Did I coax you into a snafu, Josh?
This is just like reading The Onion.
This is just like watching the funny show Last Week Tonight with John Oliver.
So let's. I'm moving into the next story because fuck y'all. Trump throws a party. Trump throws a party for the UN people who voted in U.S. favor on Jerusalem, and so there are, I believe, 9. I believe there were 9 countries that voted in the U.S.'s favor, and every other country in the UN voted against. No, I'm stealing this joke from the comments section, but the only reason I remember one of the countries that was invited to this party was Micronesia, because one of the comments was Micronesians are getting appetizers, MAGA.
Oh my god. The countries, I found an article if just for, information. It was Guatemala, Honduras, Micronesia, a couple of countries I've never heard of, and Israel.
Palau.
Ain't that where they had that season of Survivor where Parvati won?
No.
Who? Pavarotti?
Parvati.
Parvati Patel from Harry Potter?
No. Read another fucking book.
No. Next. I do want to say this is a very funny thing to say in an official release. As I said in December, we won't forget the Jerusalem vote. To that end, tomorrow night we are having a reception for the countries who chose not to oppose the U.S. position on Jerusalem. That's really good because it's we're not going to forget this, and also we're having a party, and you're not fucking invited. So, think about that.
This is extremely Mandy from Totally Spies ass tactics here.
Luna, we could talk about your fetish cartoon on another podcast.
Fuck off!
Totally Spies is a good
not be
cartoon.
slandered like this.
First of all. Oh my god. Can we start with our... We have a lot of questions, actually. Do we want to get into any of those? Because we're coming on an hour, and we got a lot.
I just wanted to quick note. The last thing that we have linked is just a couple of footnotes for this thing. The lethal swatting in Kansas. Anyone got anything to say about that besides the fact that it was fucking awful that happened? And
fuck cops.
Perfectly honest, I've known about swatting for about 4 or 5 years. I remember a Twitch streamer doing a stream on an airplane, and while he was waiting for his plane to take off, and one of his streamers or one of his viewers called in a bomb threat to the plane, and so that happened.
Jesus.
But I'm surprised that swatting has not gotten someone killed yet.
Yeah, that is surprising to me. I didn't realize this was the first.
Yeah,
This is
but I've got nothing really to say aside from that.
Cops are the worst. Gamer culture is the worst, and this is just the intersection of those two.
Right. At the intersection of cop culture and gamer culture, you have a guy getting
Swatting.
killed pointlessly.
Yep.
Because, literally, the police came in and they just shot someone at the first sign of movement, which is great.
He walked out a door, and I'm really excited for the day when I can exit my bathroom and fucking Twitchy Jim gets a 3-week vacation for blowing my head off.
A paid fucking vacation.
Yeah. Next comment. This one I just want to. Hillary's house in where was it? Her house caught on fire.
Somewhere.
I don't fucking know.
Anyways, I just want to go down the Discord list. I'll start because I've given myself the most time to prepare. No, who do you think is the most likely person to have done it? I will start because my answer is Drill.
All right.
That's a hot take.
State your
yeah,
case.
that's a good chance.
I don't have to state my case. I made the rules up. The rules are who do you think did it?
Okay.
Just say
All
it.
right.
Andy.
So here's how we know who did it.
What
happened to
Is this
what
plural?
happened? What happened to the house? It burned very hard. Who is named Bernard? Really, just think about it for like a second, you guys, and everything
dun,
fucking
dun.
lines up. Fucking the Bernie Bros are out here torching our houses, telling us to log off Twitter.
Hell yeah.
It's a problem.
Fuck
I would like to errata my statement. I believe Stanis Baratheon burnt down the house, and then Davos Seaworth found an amiibo and found out that Hillary Clinton was
the
Stannis'
Hillary
daughter.
Clinton amiibo? It only works with Super Mario Go to the polls.
I tried to use that with Mario vs. Rabbids, and it told me to try and see the Rabbids side of things.
Oh god.
Oh boy.
I think it was Susan Sarandon.
Fair. Lauren.
Wait, you skipped me. I was gonna say Susan Sarandon.
Look, you can say Jill
Lauren,
Stein.
who do you
it's
think
fine.
did it?
Who do I think it is? Oh my goodness. You know what? I am gonna just come out guns blazing. I think Bill did it. I'll say Bill.
Do you think it
Do
was
I have any
insurance
proof?
fraud?
Absolutely not. I just think he's pissed.
Zach, now that your funny Susan Sarandon joke got stolen by eager Josh, what do you think? Who do you think did it?
Wait, what was that? You cut out.
Your funny Susan Sarandon joke got stolen by the thief Josh. Who do you think did it?
Fuck. You're really.
Sorry. I can come up with a new one if
Wait,
you want.
wait.
Oh,
Who?
He's got it.
Who? Let's think about this. Who are
Okay.
Hillary Clinton's biggest enemies?
I feel like you're stalling for time right
I
now.
am. you bet your sweet ass I am. It was Brooks. Brooks did it.
Brooks did it. Okay. All right, let's move into questions.
And he carved
doing
Brooks was
arson.
here into the wood.
All right, moving into questions. If you want to send a question, HKIPGTD on Tumblr and Twitter and at gmail.com. First question from Mike Dawson. What is the most frustrating liberal hashtag resistance joke that either ignores or simplifies the evils of the right in 2017? I'm coming out with the correct answer, and no one else is even going to have a chance to talk, because my answer, this is probably not the right answer, but Dotard Drumpf. Dotard is every single liberal latching onto the fact that now they can say the funny ableist slur, but it's okay because they're making fun of the president while doing it.
Yes.
I literally guarantee you, if it was not Dotard, they would not be latching on like they would be. If it was
Of course not.
If it was like Dotarn or something, they would not be doing this. If it was not literally like the slang for the bad brain.
Hey, what if it was Dotaro Kujo?
You know what? I hate it.
I think that one is tied
Power of my
for.
stand, Kafefe. Thank you.
Thank you.
right.
Donald Trump is secretly gay with Putin. I think that's the worst one to me.
Yes.
Tied with that
Anything
one.
that is like, hey, here's Mike Pence, but he's in a dress. Isn't that funny?
Yeah, what
go
if
fuck
Mike
itself.
Pence secretly gay? What if?
What if?
Also, anything that's just about Donald, I don't know how to put anything that's just body shaming him. Anything that's just he's old and he's big.
Yeah.
And he has a small penis. Anything like that fucking sucks.
Yeah, I go back and forth on the one that's just actually Donald Trump has a mental disability and that's why he's unfit to serve the presidency, because do think that if like somebody has like a degenerative brain disease, like if he genuinely has like dementia, then maybe
Or
that's
Alzheimer's.
Yeah. Because like one of the big things that happens when you have like dementia or Alzheimer's is you have like these fits of like outrage that you don't really understand, and I do not like. He's already like a loose cannon enough. I don't like.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, also, this isn't really a joke necessarily, but I see a lot of people implying that Trump was voted in like as a get-rich scheme, like when really people voted for him because they're racist.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's why.
Yeah.
Rich people voted for him, poor people voted for him, and everyone in between.
It's the intersection of being racist and being stupid.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyone else got any other comments for this question?
I was gonna say that I also think, like, just in general, the whole, like... I've seen people sincerely saying, like, welcome to the resistance, Steve Bannon. And that whole type of shit, where it's like, if you are...
No, Andy. This question is about 2017. When we're asking about 2018...
Oh, okay. Well, can I answer what the worst one of 2018 is gonna be?
It's gonna be
making little dolls of Hillary Clinton and using your own human hair to make her hair in it, and then leaving them on your windowsill in the moonlight so she can power up for her 2020 primary run.
Charging them through the moon.
Right, that's gonna happen.
What's bad about that?
Fucking,
Like to charge, reblog to cast.
Exactly.
Gwyneth Paltrow's already fucking doing it, you know it.
Oh, hell yeah.
Well, I haven't been on Goop in a while, so I'll check that out.
You better get on that shit.
I don't want to read about weird vagina rocks anymore.
Next question from Bialystock and Bloom. I was reading an article about how It's a Wonderful Life was investigated by the FBI over being communist propaganda because, of course, it totally was. Do you have any other suggestions for family-friendly movies I can use to show how much capitalism sucks to my future children?
Wall-E?
Yeah, that tracks.
Okay, once again, Wall-E is a little on the nose and kind of fat-phobic.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it is.
you got me there.
But, what about the Lego movie? Have any of you seen that?
I have seen
Yeah.
the Lego movie, but I'm like struggling to like rebuild my like memory banks of the Lego movie. I remember
I'll rebuild.
I remember Will. Oh, that was good. Thanks. I came up with it. Will Ferrell's character being like, aha, like I'm the evil like dad, and like I like to.
Will Arnett, I think.
No, it was Will Ferrell.
Was it Will Ferrell?
It was
Yeah, Will Ferrell was the dad.
Fuck,
This was Nate's future.
Wait. Is this a Berenstein Bears sort of situation? Which I want the original cut of.
Okay,
the Lego
no, they're
movie.
both in the movie. They're both in the movie.
Will Arnett's Batman, isn't he?
Right.
Yeah,
He is. You're right.
But
my
his
apologies.
like physical real ass face does not appear in the movie, and Will Ferrell's does. So I remember the thing with Will Ferrell was like, oh, he likes to build these Lego things and then like glue them together and never play with them again. Which I don't know if it's necessarily about like the evils of capitalism, but it is about the evils of being a fucking like buzzkill loser.
Yeah, I feel like there was a lot of messaging at the start of, like, being pressured to fit in by, like, the capitalist society, whatever. I don't know. I'd have to just go watch it. It's a good movie, whether or not it's communist.
The Chosen One. The one thing I didn't like about the Lego movie was the Chosen One couldn't be the woman because script.
Oh,
Wait.
yeah.
But that aside, yeah, good movie.
What was it?
The Chosen One, Wild Style, couldn't be the Chosen One because she's a girl because script.
Oh.
Yeah, it was. Yeah,
It's bad.
it's the boring dude and extremely competent woman thing
Yes.
again.
Hey, remember when Wild Style was in the Emoji Movie too for some reason as like girl
No,
emoji?
that's just. I think that's all just like Asian American caricatures because every time an animated thing wants to make a character seem cool, they put like a little purple streak in their hair.
Right.
You can kind of trace this back to like every time like a quirky Asian American teen girl is in something, you see it in like Scott Pilgrim, you see it in fucking Juniper Lee, which I love
16.
Juniper Lee, by the way. 16, yes, I was about to say 16.
I think the earliest instance of this that I can think of is the movie Titan AE. I'm pretty sure.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that does sound about right.
And
But
hey,
yeah,
I was a
anyways.
Joss Whedon joint. Anyway.
Oh, yeah. Real quick, I do think the author of Scott Pilgrim has, like, apologized and said he regrets doing
Yeah,
that.
no,
yes.
I don't think Brian Lee O'Malley like did it with any malice. I like Brian Lee O'Malley a lot.
One more movie if we want to finish this up.
Sure, let's make it quick though.
Disney's Robin Hood.
Sure.
Yeah, I
Sounds
mean,
good.
kind of on the nose, right?
What is a book you had to read in school that you think should be replaced with a leftist tome?
Scarlet Letter.
Great Gatsby.
Everybody
Oh, yeah.
poops.
Okay. The thing yes.
Can I
The
be
book that we've
the
all read in school.
I'm gonna defend both of those books. I'm sorry. I'll go on for like 20 minutes. I would replace or any Ernest Hemingway, but especially I think oh shit, what's the one where he falls in love with the ambulance? It's an ambulance driver and he falls in love with a nurse. It sucks.
Wait. I thought you said he falls in love with an ambulance.
Oh, if only.
Farewell to Arms.
Farewell to Arms, yeah, fuck that one. But
Is that actually it? I just named a book.
You're right. Yeah, that was actually it. Thank you. That was on the tip of my tongue. But yeah, that would be the one I would replace because I don't like Hemingway. But I will. The Great Gatsby and Scarlet Letter Defender has logged on, so I'm not gonna go into it.
Hang on.
Hold on.
What
Wait,
is defensible about the Scarlet Letter? It sucks to read Nathaniel Hawthorne fight me. Like, I hate it.
It sucks to
we're
read,
already
but
at an hour.
I will say it's because the main character is like, for a book about Puritan society, I think that the main character is an interesting one. And even though her daughter that she has with the terrible minister is like a weird secret devil child, I still think it was kind of cool. I'm sorry.
I didn't know that she was a secret devil child or whatever, because here's the thing. I started to read the Scarlet Letter. It fucking
And then you
sucked.
watched Easy
and
A.
then I did watch Easy A, unfortunately. Remember the funny scene with the card in the shower?
No.
But the part where she sings
She has a pocket full of sunshine.
That's a good movie, Zach. Fuck you. Let's move on.
What, Scarlet?
Okay.
Easy A?
Yes.
Okay, alright, fine.
You know what? Get into and send me an anonymous hate message, and I can write out my full thoughts on why I like Scarlet Letter and The Great Gatsby. So that's
I already
fine.
have it
Cool.
queued up. It's like
Okay, cool.
75%
Next
right.
question. Do millennials be on their cell phones?
Yes.
From
Hell
Evelyn?
yeah!
Yes.
Yeah.
I'd be on that phone right now.
Yeah, I'd be on that phone.
Next question. Crime Fuck says, how can we reclaim Mac Tonight from the neo-Nazis? I think I'm good to just let Mac Tonight go, if I'm being perfectly honest.
Gotta kill
They can
him.
have Mac Tonight.
Gotta
Yeah.
kill him.
It's
Put a bullet in Mac Tonight's head, but I don't know
Find the
where you
actor
can actually
who
put a
played
bullet in
Mac
him that
Tonight,
would...
and you fucking...
What if
I can't say it. You just do it. You do the deed.
What if
Take care
Mac
of it.
Tonight
Okay, he's
died
that
and
old
came back as a White
McDonald's.
Walker and joined the Resistance?
Oh shit.
Alright,
Yeah,
fuck
what
this. Next question. Another one from Mike Dawson. Hey, AGDQ is coming up. What chat meme are you most excited for? The picture of a black man for when black people show up? The picture of an angry woman with dyed hair for when the word trigger is used when referring to game mechanics? The people getting angry at the Prevent Cancer Foundation, the charity all the donations are going towards, when they bring up segments that explain the donations are important? Or maybe the insults thrown at any trans woman who dares exist on camera?
The
Great
one
point.
Wait,
I'm really
we're
excited
talking about
for.
games done quick, right?
The one I'm really excited for is muting every AGDQ related thing on Twitter and ignoring it while it happens.
You coward bitch bastard.
Whoa!
I don't like speedruns.
Fuego.
I stopped doing a Cuphead speedrun to do this podcast.
I'm sorry that you
the
were doing
speedrun
that.
defender is here.
Alright, am I alone on speedrun defense here?
I'm a fucking slow jog.
I mean,
all day long.
I like watching it. Yeah.
I sometimes enjoy watching them, but the idea of actually doing one is like poison to me.
Yeah.
I'm all
and-
about it. I got OBS, I was streaming, I got live split. I'm fucking in it.
I'm the guy that takes 10 hours to beat a Metroid game that you can beat in 2.
Yeah, and I think basically to answer this question, if you're watching AGDQ, just use like some post-it notes to cover up the chat screen, and then also to cover up your camera.
I'm in a Discord group that is like run by a speedrunner named Proto Magical Girl, who is a trans woman. I'm like the community is like the Discord's like pretty much all trans women. I saw someone post a screen cap of like the secret tech, which is to pull up the chat that is from the Twitch stream that is like watching episodes of Bob Ross and just use that to cover the AGDQ chat.
Oh, that rules.
That's a great strategy.
Anytime I'm watching something on Twitch, I'm just like, I wish I could just like... I'm just gonna move this entire window over to the right until the chat window is completely off screen. I don't want to see any of this.
You can close the chat.
Wait, you can?
Yeah.
Do you know how long it's been since I've used Twitch for anything?
I mean, like, I imagine, like, most people have been fucking forever.
Yeah.
All right. I think we got to move on because we're running long, and we got a lot of questions left. So let's just try and get through them. From @Badussi on Twitter, who are your favorite popes? I don't have any. Popes suck.
No, Space Pope from Futurama, and also the Young Pope.
I Googled notable popes.
Wow,
Because-
you did your research.
I went to Catholic school, and I feel like I need to have a serious answer. So there's this guy who was pope in the 1890s for 4 years. His name was Pope Formosus. And he was basically pope, and everybody hated him. There was a lot of fighting going on between the Italians at that point. So 20 years after he died, they dug up his body and put his body on trial. And then
Oh, shit!
they
Can we do that with Reagan?
Then they
After we're done
excommunicated
jerking
him.
off, yes.
They realized this guy was actually trash. They excommunicated him from the church and from the papacy, and then threw him in the river. Rome was cool. They just threw his
Sometimes Rome
corpse
was
in the
good.
river.
Does anyone have any other answers for that? Because if not, we have a bajillion fucking questions
Nope,
we have to
no.
get through.
The
No,
Pope I
nothing's gonna
played
top
as in
that
Crusader
shit.
Kings 2 that was a cannibal.
Okay, good
Cannibal
answer.
Pope.
This one from @cyber_data on Twitter. What will wrestling look like after the fall of capitalism? Great. Better than it is, and Vince McMahon will die in
Like, pretty much any
in the uprising of the
media will, you know?
proletariat.
Can real quick, just, I know we're running long on time, but because it's a wrestling question, how was Wrestle Kingdom?
Fucking, I got mixed feelings.
Oh!
I really enjoyed watching it, but I'm really sad about the results.
Oh no.
Anyways, Vince McMahon is going to wind up on the wrong end of a pitchfork, and that's going to be a great day.
Bernie Sanders is Pokemon going to suplex Vince McMahon and kill him instantly.
Bernie Sanders does have fucking Jeremy Corbyn has a wrestler friend, so I'm just saying.
Yes.
Okay, but is Jeremy Corbyn himself a master?
Next question.
Okay.
Leans into the mic.
Tumblr using Siberian Pine asks, when Margaret Thatcher died, British leftists held street parties and drank tins in parks. What shall we do to celebrate when Henry Kissinger dies? My answer to this is, do you guys know the They Might Be Giants song, When Will You Die? Because that's how I'm kind of feeling. We'll exhale, we'll high five, we will know at last how great it is to be alive. We'll be lining up and buying tickets, and then we'll be jumping up and down on your grave.
That's good.
Yeah, They Might Be Giants good.
I just want to say we pop in the biggest bottles.
We are popping the biggest bottles. When Makora becomes canon.
Speaking of Makora, this question from Blepsbian. How come the phrase "I don't know much about Pokemon" was uttered on your fucking Pokemon podcast? Is this a Pokemon podcast? I bet all your legendaries are caught with Master Balls. You bunch of hacks.
Whoa! Take it up with Matt. Like, I don't know what to tell you.
I do catch all of my legendaries with Master Balls because I don't have the time to whittle it down to like 4 health and then restart it if I miss.
It takes 2 minutes.
I
You're
play
a
Shin
coward.
Megami Tensei because I'm a true blue Chad.
Hell yeah.
Did you also put your mouth right up to the mic when you said that?
It's very important that we know that about Andy.
Okay. We got a bunch of like absolute dog shit from Brooks.
Oh, yeah.
Do you want me to take
So-
over the Brooks questions, Luna?
I'm
Because
ready for these ones.
Yeah.
No, I've committed to the bit. When I'm not on, I'm the host. I gotta run this. Brooks
All right,
speed
let's
round,
go.
which we are going to give one word answers, no continuing. Which Adam Sandler movie is the least reactionary? I am going to say The Wedding Singer.
Click.
Yep.
click.
Wedding singer.
And the most reactionary is Deeds. Mr. Deeds.
Okay.
Cobbler.
If Donald Trump ruled the Dothraki, would his name be Kyle Fefe? Yes or no?
No!
Skip.
No.
Did Rasputin invent cucking, or did he just popularize it?
Invent.
Popularized it.
Oh.
He popularized
yeah,
it.
Joseph.
What do you think Henry Kissinger's Myers-Briggs type is?
You think I know Myers?
ENFP.
His type is DEAD.
I looked this up on Reddit and it's ENTP, by the way.
Wow. Okay.
All right.
What if, next question. What if his name was Leon Thotsky?
Nice.
Next question.
I'm a
what If
fan.
his name was
Good.
what if his name was Horny Kissinger?
Not-
Also
good.
good.
I like it.
Why is this listed as actual Brooks question? Was there a singular? Was there? Okay, no wait. Okay, this is a good start. Was there a singular moment that radicalized you? Do you think it could offer any wisdom as to how we might go about moving our peers left? Also, do you think Santa Claus eats Mrs. Claus's pussy? How often? Is it just a holiday thing, or maybe only on her birthday? For me, I think the best way to move my peers left is have them experience the 2016 election from the point of view of a trans woman, and that should just do the whole damn thing for you.
Every
night.
Yeah, and I think also, like, working, like, being in the workforce as, like, and feeling relatively exploited also does, like, a fair amount of good, like, in terms of moving you left. It's like, oh, that's why people do this.
Yeah. And honestly, mine was a much slower process. Like, you know, I maybe did vote for John McCain in 2008, but then I did go to college and I took a socialism versus capitalism class, and that helped a lot. And then I got on Tumblr, and then I met people that weren't just like white straight dudes, and I slowly started to realize there was more than the Midwest.
Yeah, that was pretty much just kind of like reading other people's stories and listening to people who were not me kind of talk about just the shit that they were going through, and getting to a point where it seemed like, this is happening to so many people that I know. And obviously something is wrong if all of them have these very different lives but keep ending up in these same really terrible positions.
I just listened to a lot of Pat the Bunny.
Yeah, true. It's another way.
All right, Mrs. Claus's pussy. I think he does that every night. He respects women every day of his life.
Yeah, I think every night. Santa's a very giving person, you know?
Literally, that's his whole thing.
Exactly!
But what if she's been bad? What does he do?
Wait. Hold on.
I cannot go into Santa's
Wait. I have
DP.
a question. What if Saint Nick is short for Saint Nicole?
Holy fuck.
Ooh, I'm intrigued.
Everything is better if you turn into lesbian.
Hold on.
Anyways, next question.
Oh,
I agree!
Luna,
First question from Tumblr user Argyle Funk. Hi, HKIPGTD. I'm sorry I couldn't come up with any serious questions this week, but it's like 5 a.m. and I just want to die, so I'll just lightning round some dumb
Don't we
bullshit
all?
questions at you. 1. Does HKIPGTD pledge to protect Baron?
No.
He's like 6. He's like 6.
I just
Okay,
want Kathy
fine.
Griffin.
Yeah, but he has
Kathy Griffin
weirdly
scared
long
him, and
legs.
that's not good.
I don't like it.
What was that?
Stop Kathy Griffin from scaring the children, please.
I think if we pull him out of the family now, we might have a chance. But give it a few.
Yeah,
days.
we can radicalize him.
Yeah.
Yeah, just slide him a couple Tumblr
I'm gonna
URLs
stop
under his
discussion.
door.
Sorry, Lauren, to cut you off. Next question. Which senator would be easiest / hardest to beat in a fight? I think...
McCain. Easiest.
Yes, McCain, you just do that thing from like from the end in Metal Gear Solid 3 where you put your gun forward by 2.
You're
Dude, with McCain, it's like we're already winning the fight against him. 'Cause if you sneeze, the fucking tumor in his brain's gonna explode. Like
It's like loading into a game of Street Fighter and like you're playing Ryu and then the Cammy you're up against starts at like 20% health.
I'm gonna say Rand Paul because he is still recovering from getting his shit rocked from his neighbor, so his ribs are still
I would
broken.
fucking break Rand Paul's skinny little legs like twigs.
Hell yeah. The hardest is Paul Ryan because he lifts.
Paul Ryan lifts, runs. He's jacked and swole and yoked. Thank you.
Dude, Paul Ryan
Alright.
can't throw a fucking punch though. You
Next
know
question. We're gonna make this.
But he's a
next
jujitsu
question.
master.
Next question. We are going to do one sentence. Everyone, do your best Alex Jones impression. I need a second. Go to Infowars.com, fartpickle.net for all the secrets about the government.
That's pretty good.
Yeah,
Thanks.
that's pretty good.
Andy.
Hey.
Great.
Good.
Hey, it's me, Alex Jones. Welcome to my ASMR channel. It stands for Alex Jones, sensually making noises.
Lauren, give us the Alex
Turning the
Jones.
frogs gay.
I cannot see my children, and I don't know what to do about it, but I think it's somehow Hillary Clinton's fault, so tune in at 11.
All right, a
love
big
it.
bowl of chili.
Oh, that's fucking chilly.
Zach.
The mind erasing chili. That's turning the freaking frogs gay, and then the rest of it is just that Randy Savage video where he's just breathing. It's just.
Josh.
Hold on, let me try one. I fucking suck ass. That's it. That's all.
Wow, nice.
great.
Thanks.
That's good.
Yakuza, best game series or bestest game series? I've never played a Yakuza game, but I really want to play Yakuza 0.
Never played it.
Never played it.
If you want to hear my thoughts about it, visit videogamechoochoo.com, where I just put up my Game of the Year coverage.
Hey.
More like videogamechoochoo.com.
I'm dabbing.
Yeah, honestly.
Thank you.
Listen, it's a very
5.
natural
Favorite
point.
drill tweet.
Ooh.
I will face God and walk backwards into hell.
That's
That's
good.
what I was gonna do.
I will punch the floor so hard that my boss's screensaver deactivates.
That's really good. Shit. The one where he's talking about hiding out in the car from his horrible wife because he put too many toothpicks in the toothpick holder.
Oh, the one about I sucked my own dick and it was covered in poison. No podcast tonight. That was good.
Yeah, that was gonna be my one.
Oh shit! I'm sorry.
No, it's okay. It's my biography. So. Like.
Okay, we made it. We ran the fucking gambit. We got through all the questions.
Woo! I'm so proud of us.
All right, and we are only at, well, when we factor in the interview we did, we're only at an hour and a half, so that's not that bad, I guess.
Yeah.
Hour
my voice is
15,
completely
we're good.
shot. I'm gonna need to just eat cough drops for the rest of the night, but that's fine. So let's go down the chart, starting at Andy, and just well, first of all, you can find us HKIPGTD on Twitter, Tumblr, or at gmail.com. Andy, where can people find you?
I'm on Twitter at Captain Trash. You can also find me on Friends of the Table. You can go to friendsofthetable.net for that. And I just produced 4 days of videos over at videogamechoochoo.com for our Game of the Year coverage. So maybe give that a look. If you like video games. I don't know anybody who does, though.
Anyone in this chat like video games?
No.
That was a lie.
Lauren.
Yeah, so you can find me on Tumblr at Run the Gems, and then you can find me on Twitter at LLeblanc_.
Zach.
You can find me on Twitter at Cataquax, and you can find me on Tumblr at Nightzoned, like with a K.
You can find me on Twitter at Chie Shadonaka, and on Tumblr, chiesautonaka.tumblr.com.
And you can find me on Twitter as Twigwrists, and on Tumblr as Venusaur, as the Pokemon Phobia. So that's Venusaur Phobia.
Oh, and check out my other podcast, Fear Baiting and The Wonder Years, where I look at horror movies and then also Animorphs. And I think that's podcast.
That's podcast.
That's a podcast.
That's
All
a
right.
podcast.
All right, folks. Thanks so much for listening to Henry Kissinger's Pokemon Going to Die, Not a Threat.
Just a fact.
Just a fact.
And until next time, Zach, take it.
Take it?
Do it.
Do what?
Memento Pokemori.
Oh, Memento Pokemori. I said
Bye.
fucking take it.
Bye. We're professionals.